We're diving into Wolfenstein Youngblood in 2025, now available on Amazon Prime. With co-op action, RPG elements, and a fresh take on the series, does it still hold up today? Let's get started. Wolfenstein Youngblood takes a different approach from its predecessors. Instead of a solo campaign, this one is built for co-op, letting you and a friend control BJ Blazkowicz's twin daughters, Jess and Soph. If you're playing solo, an AI partner takes over, but it's not exactly the smartest teammate. The gunplay is still solid, with satisfying weapons and fast-paced combat. But the enemies now have health bars and level scaling, which brings in RPG mechanics. Some players love the added depth, while others feel it slows the classic run and gun action the series is known for. Another major change is the non-linear mission structure. Instead of a straightforward story, you're dropped into Nazi-occupied Paris and given objectives to tackle in different districts. This open-ended design is a refreshing change, but it also means there's a lot of backtracking and some repetitive encounters. Story-wise, Youngblood is a bit of a mixed bag. You play as the Blazkowicz twins, searching for their missing father. While their personalities add a more light-hearted and youthful energy, some feel their dialogue and humor don't quite hit the mark. Unlike previous Wolfenstein games, where the story was a major highlight, Youngblood takes a more hands-off approach. The plot isn't as deep or compelling, making it feel more like an action-packed side adventure rather than a true continuation of the series. This game is best enjoyed with a friend. When played in co-op, the teamwork mechanics shine, making fights more engaging and strategic. However, if you're stuck with the AI, you might find it frustrating since it doesn't always make the best decisions in combat. The co-op design also means there's no traditional pause function, so adjusting settings mid-game can be a hassle. If you're playing solo, expect some moments where the AI partner doesn't quite have your back. Visually, Youngblood still looks good in 2025, especially with the post-launch updates. The addition of ray tracing enhances the lighting, making Nazi-occupied Paris look more immersive. However, despite these graphical upgrades, the game still has some performance inconsistencies, with occasional frame rate drops and bugs. If you're playing on PC, you'll have access to more settings to tweak performance. Console players might experience more noticeable slowdowns, especially during intense combat sequences. Now, the big question: should you play Wolfenstein Youngblood now that it's available on Amazon Prime? If you're already a subscriber, grabbing it for free makes it an easy recommendation for co-op shooter fans. It's a fun, action-packed experience that doesn't cost you anything extra. However, if you're considering buying it separately, that's where the decision gets tougher. The game has its fair share of flaws, and while it's enjoyable, it may not be worth a full-price purchase in 2025. So, is Wolfenstein Youngblood worth playing on Amazon Prime in 2025? If you're looking for a casual co-op shooter and don't mind the RPG elements and weaker story, it's a solid pick, especially for free. The action is fun, the gunplay is satisfying, and playing with a friend makes for a good time. But if you're expecting a deep narrative experience like previous Wolfenstein games, this one might disappoint. The lack of a strong story and the somewhat repetitive missions hold it back from being a must-play. If you've never played it before, Amazon Prime gives you the perfect opportunity to try it out without spending extra. But if you're not into co-op shooters or want a more traditional Wolfenstein experience, it might not be for you. That wraps up our review of Wolfenstein Youngblood in 2025. Let us know what you think of the game and if you'll be checking it out on Amazon Prime. If you're wondering whether High on Life is worth your time, then you won't want to miss our full review. We break down everything you need to know. Click the link now to check it out and see if this game is the right fit for you. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more gaming reviews.